Welcome back. This is one in a series of tutorials aimed at introducing the novice user to the power of Inspiration 8, the concept mapping software. Now, in this tutorial, we're going to look at a feature which is rather hidden in the default installation of Inspiration 8, and that's the Listen tool. To activate that, we first of all have to go to Utility, Preferences, click on the audio selection, and then check the Listen tool. Click on OK. And now we'll see that up here, added to our toolbar, is the Listen tool. Now what we have in front of us here is an activity for beginning readers to identify words with the long and the short A. And they can do that by categorizing and creating connectors from the long A to the words that have the long A in them. So the Listen tool can help them with that. So if we turn on the Listen tool, you notice it's a toggle button. It looks like it's depressed there. Now when we click on one of these, we hear a reading of that word. So that would help the students. Then move that over and create a connector to that word, and so on. Before we leave the Listen tool, I should mention that you can change the voice. So I'm just going to turn the Listen tool on. And then if we go to the Tools menu, we see Voices here as a selection. So if we don't like Mary, who is the default in this case, we could choose Adult Male number 5. And you may not agree that that's any better than Mary, so we could try Adult.
This is how I sound.
About Mike.
This is how I sound.
Well, let's see. We'll choose Mike, and let's see if we click on Cake.
Cake. 10.
One of the difficulties with the Listen tool is that many of these voices with very short words tend to sound clipped. But it is useful if we want to set up an activity like this for non-readers or beginning readers. Now, that's one way of doing an exercise like this, and it's certainly faster because the computer itself is interpreting the word and reading it for us. There is another way to do this, so I'm just going to turn off the Listen tool here. This requires a little more preparation on the teacher's part, but let's say that we wanted to add a sound to hat. We'd right-click, and we can go Insert Video or Sound and Record Sound. And then we would simply go Hat and click on Save. When we do that, there's an audio up here, an audio attachment. We can click on that to play that sound. Now, if we're going to use that method for attaching sounds to the various objects in our diagram, then I would recommend that we turn that display of those sound links on all the time. And to do that, we go to View, Quick Controls, and say Always Show. And now, no matter whether we have that object selected or not, its sound icon is there, and students would just need to click on it to hear the sound that we've recorded. So there we have two methods of incorporating sound in Inspiration Webs that may help you see how it could be used to help beginning readers.